Eagles fans? Y'all are tuned into another dose of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. So, on this week, we don't have a game. The Philadelphia Eagles have a bye. And honestly, they need it. It's time for the Philadelphia Eagles to do some soul searching. It's time for the Philadelphia Eagles to honestly look in the mirror. Most importantly, the head coach and the starting quarterback, Doug Pederson and Carson Wentz. Those two in particular, more than anyone on this Eagles team, this Eagles staff, this Eagles roster, must look in the mirror and change their ways for the better. Those two individuals, two of the most important individuals on the roster, on the team, on the staff, has been shooting the Eagles in their foots time and time again throughout this entire season, from week 1 all the way through week 8. All the way. The Eagles are 3-4-1 through 8 games, and they have been absolutely dreadful when it matters most. Yes, we saw flashes in the pan of us being absolutely dominant. We saw flashes of that. We saw what our team could potentially be capable of at full strength. We saw the potential of what our quarterback can look like when it matters most. We've seen flashes in the pan time and time again. But when are we going to see the whole damn thing catch a blaze? When are we going to see us just take off? When are we going to see us just shoot the other team in the foot instead of ourselves? When are we going to have a dominant game, a dominant 4-quarter game of football that we just exude confidence, exude consistency, exude execution? When are we going to have it? These Eagles need this bye. Doug Pederson needs this bye. Carson Wentz needs this bye more than anything that they probably realize, honestly. But let's go through Carson Wentz's numbers through his first 8 games. He's 178 for 305. 178 completions, 305 attempts. 58% completion. Dog, you have not been it. You are not even completing 60% of your passes. Not even 60%. Less than 2,000 yards passing. About 260 yards per game. Your longest pass of the year was 59 yards, 12 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 32 sacks. Bro. A QBR of 49. Bro. A quarterback rating of 73. QBR is more accurate than actual quarterback rating. But dog, what's going on? What's going on? Listen, I can rant all day, right? But let's just really talk about it. Doug Pederson, the play calling in and of itself has not been conducive to success and has not been, in my opinion, putting Carson Wentz in the best position, if not these other athletes in the best position to succeed. Some of the route combinations are just so simplistic. Some of the route combinations, honestly, when I watch the Eagles play, and I'm pretty sure all Eagles fans can attest to this, it looks like the wide receivers are only running about maybe 4 to 5 routes. At the most. And if that, I'm tired of seeing the wide receiver screens. I'm tired of seeing these bunch formations that don't allow really much to happen. I'm tired of seeing these corny runs up the middle that don't really amount to anything. It just seems like we don't have enough plays that lead to bigger plays. That's the problem with Doug Pederson right now. His play calling has not necessarily been progressive. And what I mean by that is, it seems like he's just calling random individual plays. There's no real combinations when it comes to his play calling. You know, sometimes play callers call one play to set up a play 2 or 3 plays down the line. You know what I'm saying? They call one play to get the defense stuck on this formation, and then when they show them that formation again, they make them think, okay, this is what they're going to do, but in actuality, they give you something else. It's like any good boxer or any good martial artist. They throw the jab, they throw the jab, they throw the jab to set up the hook. They throw the jab, they throw the jab to set up the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? Any good boxer, any good mixed martial artist throws a few feints, throws a few things to set up the bigger thing. The Eagles are not doing that. There's just no deception really with our offense. There's no creativity. And it showed through 8 weeks. It showed. And I got to be honest, I don't think Doug Pederson is changing who he is. Maybe a bye would allow him to put in more plays into the playbook, maybe. But in all actuality, is this who Doug Pederson is so far? Is this as far as his mental fortitude can take us. And listen, let's not be blind. Doug Pederson has real qualities of a head coach, yes, but play calling, in particular on offense, is just not his forte. That's okay, though. There's some people who are just better leaders. You know what I'm saying? They're better voices. And there's some people who are just better on the playbook, better play callers. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Everyone has a role. Everyone has traits in a skill set. But when that skill set isn't being properly utilized, you start to make mistakes. You start to overcompensate for things that you lack. And then in turn, you start making mistakes. And that's starting to trickle down to our quarterback, Carson Wentz. Let's be honest, Carson Wentz has not helped his own case. He has not helped his own case. Out of those 12 interceptions, I'll put about 6 of them on just missed timing and bad execution. But the other ones, dude, you're just throwing these boneheaded interceptions in the end zone while we're in the red zone. It's like you're just giving the game away. 4 of your turnovers, 2 of them were interceptions, 2 of them were fumbles, but 4 of your turnovers came in one game against the Dallas Cowboys. They are crappy. They are shitty. Come on. Some of the people we've gone up against, we should not be making the mistakes we're making. Carson Wentz, you need to literally do something about your mentality. We've been watching your press conferences, and your most recent one, you're talking about you're not going to change your ways. You're going to keep slinging it. You're going to keep taking risks. Bro, you cannot be this full of yourself. You cannot be this prideful. I do not think you're the only problem, but you're a big part of it. You cannot be this prideful, my brother. You cannot continue to take unnecessary risk and put your team in constant positions to fail. That Dallas Cowboys game, you constantly put your teams in position to lose that game. The Dallas Cowboys couldn't even move the ball. They couldn't move the ball. So why are you forcing it? This game was so straightforward and easy. And you did what you did. Against the New York Giants, we got put behind the 8 ball. Why? It's the New York Giants. Granted, they have pride, more pride than the Cowboys, but why are we struggling against teams like that? And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to hear not one more again from another commentator or analyst that the Eagles have no weapons. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Travis Fulgham has emerged. Greg Ward is Mr. Reliable. John Hightower has shown to be a decent dose of a deep threat. Miles Sanders, yes, he's been hurt, but he'll be back after the bye. Dallas Goedert just came back, but Richard Rodgers was showing up in the meantime. Zach Ertz is down, but I'm really not tripping too much about that. We don't have Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson. Unfortunately, I'm not really tripping too much about that. But let's be honest. Think about the weapons he has so far for the most part. He's had Travis Fulgham, Greg Ward, Jalen Reagor just came back. Quez Watkins isn't really been getting any snaps. J.J. Thicke-Whiteside, he's just But Quez Watkins should be getting more snaps than J.J. Thicke-Whiteside. But nonetheless, Wentz has been having decent production from his skill position players to the point where as though they can win games. You saw the game against Baltimore. You saw the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They can do it. They're capable. They're young. They're hungry. They're very much capable. But when Wentz is constantly turning the ball over, it doesn't seem like anyone's capable. When Wentz is constantly holding on to the ball forever, it looks like the O-line isn't capable. When Wentz is turning the ball over and then the defense is forced to play with their backs against the wall and giving up points, it looks like the defense isn't capable. When your defense is forced to stay on the field time and time again, more times than normal because you keep turning the ball over, it looks like they're not capable. When your quarterback, like I said, is constantly putting people in positions they don't need to be in, everyone looks like they're not capable. Everyone. So Doug Pederson, Carson Wentz, you two must put your pride aside and work together. Because honestly, when you pay attention to you two on the sidelines after bad mistakes or after dead drives or after turnovers, you two are not communicating. You two are not communicating. You two are not making the necessary adjustments. Carson's continuing to just make these dumb passes, but then there's times when he makes these beautiful passes, like the one to Boston Scott over the back shoulder, or the ones to Travis Fulgham in that Steelers game, or the ones to Travis Fulgham in the Dallas game. It's so many times where Wentz has beautiful throws, beautiful balls, but then all of a sudden he just does the most. It's at a point now with Carson Wentz, we don't know who we're getting on each individual throw. That's bad. That's sad. That's not rad. Dog, we're in the lion's den. We're about to go through a gauntlet of teams who are vying for playoff positions, who are legit playoff contenders. And honestly, I don't know how we're going to fare. I really don't. It's going to be spooky to watch. It's going to be supremely spooky to watch because the Eagles are not ultimately properly suited top to bottom to deal with teams like Seattle Seahawks, Green Bay Packers, New Orleans, Arizona Cardinals. Honestly, if I'm looking at our record, post-bye, we had the New York Giants, we have the Cleveland Browns, the Seattle Seahawks, the Green Bay Packers, the New Orleans Saints, the Arizona Cardinals, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Washington football team to end it off. So, I believe we can beat the Giants. I believe we can beat the Browns. So that's 2-0 coming out of the bye. The Seahawks, primetime, ESPN, Monday Night Football. That's an interesting situation, mainly because Wentz is really good on primetime. Monday and Thursday night games, Wentz is really good. He shows out on primetime. He's known for that. So that game is an interesting one, mainly because of the timing of it, not because of the opponent. If that was just a regular Sunday game, 1 o'clock or 4:15, or even an 8:30 game, Eagles getting crushed by the Seattle Seahawks. But because it's a Monday after Thanksgiving and 8:15 ESPN primetime, I say the Eagles still go 2-1. They lose to the Seattle Seahawks, but it's going to be competitive. But again, Wentz is electric on primetime games Monday and Thursday night. For some reason, he knows how to turn it up. I don't know. It's a wait and see, but I'll say 2-1 coming out of the bye. Then we got the Green Bay Packers. Honestly, the Green Bay Packers, they have shown me that they are one of the better teams, but there's times where they've shown me they can't compete at all. Watching them against the Vikings, yeah, Dalvin Cook did what he did. But bro, it seemed like the Green Bay Packers, they have certain losses that I'm like, I thought you guys were this, but you guys are showing me that you're that. So honestly, I think the Eagles can actually beat the Green Bay Packers. Darius Slay covered Devontae Adams. I say 3-1 coming out of the bye so far. Then the Saints, I think that's a loss. So that's 3-2 coming out of the bye. That leaves the Cardinals, Dallas, and the Washington football team. We're going to Arizona. I say we lose to the Cardinals. So that's 1, 2, 3. We are 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 3-3 coming out of the bye, beating New York, Cleveland, and Green Bay, losing to Seattle, New Orleans, and Arizona. So that's 3-3 coming out of the bye. I say we run the table on Dallas and the Washington football team. So that's 5-3 coming out of the bye. So that's an above 500 record after week 8. After week 9. It's very possible. It'll be tough, but it's extremely possible. Extremely possible. But everyone, most importantly, Carson Wentz must do his job. Because in all reality, we go as far as that man takes us. Carson Wentz, Doug Pederson, we go as far as y'all take us. We can't go any further than where you guys will take us. Carson Wentz, our $100 million man. Step your way up. It's about that time. All the marbles are down. All the chips are down. Everything's on the table. We're all in. We're stuck with you, my man. We need you to show us that you're worth it. I'm struggling defending you. I'm struggling to defend you anymore. A lot of people are saying bench Wentz, put in Hurts. I understand your frustration, but my thing is that will only matter or even be viable if the Eagles had just one of the worst records in the division. They weren't leading the division, and the season would be completely a wash. But in all reality, that's not the case. The Eagles are first in their division. They have a legit shot to win the entire division. And honestly, why would you bench your starting quarterback for a rookie project? Honestly, it's easy to say that. It's easy to do that on Madden. But in reality, when you're first in your division and you need the best people on the field, you need someone who has the experience in these moments. You can't have a rookie out there. You just can't. That's counterproductive. I don't care how talented he was in college. It's counterproductive. It's counterproductive. So, like I said, through these last 8 games, I got the Eagles going 5-3. 5 wins coming against the New York Giants, the Cleveland Browns, the Green Bay Packers, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Washington football team. The losses coming from the Seattle Seahawks, the New Orleans Saints, and the Arizona Cardinals. That's how I got it, y'all. 5-3 coming out of the bye. So, I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. Y'all was tuned into another dose of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Listen, you guys, I'm so grateful that y'all been tuning in for more content. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your homies, tell your kids, tell your wife, tell your pop, tell everybody that's Eagles and Sixers fans. Listen, if y'all not even fans, if y'all just love good sports talk, make sure y'all tell them about the content. Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, y'all. Fly Eagles fly.